Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your boy Ray Ray coming at you with another Fat Boy Takes finally. Just an update on me. I know I have not put out anything out in a cool minute. I'm not even gonna lie. I know I told you guys I was gonna get back on the pod grind, but the holidays came up. I got lazy. I was working a lot, and I was just like, "Fuck, man!" Like, I love doing the pod. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun to me. I know there's millions of people that have pods, so whoever messes with the pod, I always appreciate that you listen to the pod. But I just want to say I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do it 100% because I don't want to lie to you guys, but I am going to try my hardest to drop a pod every week. If not, I will do it bi-weekly. It's just rough for me right now. A lot of hours getting put in at work, and it's just rough. Also, I'm a little bit under the weather today, so if I sound like shit, I'm sorry. You're going to have to deal. On today's pod, I'm just kind of like, get on the mic. I'm just kind of like freestyle this pod. Like, I'm just going to talk about some shit that I've been thinking about, that I've been going on in my brain. Like, it's just gonna be like random shit. Obviously, I'll do it with sports going on right now, but it's just, this one's kind of like gonna be raw. I'm not really gonna edit this shit like after the intro. Like, I'm not gonna edit it, so it's just gonna be all clean. If you hear them, you'll probably hear me fuck up. If I get tongue tied, it's because it's all from the dome. I'm not going to fucking write down any notes. Basically, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to freestyle this fucking pod. Whatever we're going to... So if the pod's all over the place, I'm sorry. This is just to get my ass back on the fucking mic, because I need to start dropping content for my boys that are subbed and, that support. So, yeah. So, with that being said, we're going to get this bitch going. Alright, so here you go. The first thing I want to talk about the bullshit Kyrie said this past week about the Nets having big glaring holes. That to me was like pretty fucking shitty. It literally reminded me of when he was with the C's last year. It was just kind of like, what the fuck, my guy? You just fucking missed like 20... You missed half the season already. You just missed 20 fucking games. You come back, literally your first fucking game, and you shit on your fucking teammates. You literally said, we have big glaring holes apart. In other words, apart from me and KD, every other position is like a problem. And it's like, wait a goddamn minute. How do you have the fucking audacity to come back after not playing 20 games and shit talk your teammates? And another thing, that whole time he was injured, Spencer Dinwiddie was fucking killing it. He had like a couple 30-point games. He was averaging like 20. My man was stepping the fuck up. He was showing that they don't need fucking Kyrie. He literally showed that shit, and it sucks because now that Kyrie's back, I promise you all, Spence's numbers are going to drop. And the thing that's fucked up about that is that Spence probably won't even want to leave the team. He's like, it seems like he likes the situation he's in, even though he's going to get shit on because his numbers are going to go down. And then it's just crazy that Kyrie also said all that bullshit after not playing those 20 games, when it's like, bro, you haven't even got a chance to build chemistry with these guys because you've been out so many games. It's like the Nets haven't even got a fucking chance to build any chemistry with you. So the fact that you come back after not playing 20 games, you shit talk your teammates, one of your teammates that plays your position is playing out of his fucking mind, and then you say some shit like that is pretty fucking shitty to me. It just reminded me of the Boston Celtics from last year, like, oh, these guys don't know how to win. They don't know what it takes. And it's like, what are you talking about? They made it to the ECF without you. And then also, another example, he said that, and then the Nets literally made the playoffs without him last year. They made him with D'Lo. So is D'Lo that much better of a player than Kyrie? He must be. The fit must be better. Obviously, they should have kept D'Lo because I'm pretty sure if they kept D'Lo, they'd be in the playoffs. Like, they'd probably have a better seed. I expected the Nets to have a better record than they do right now. I know Kyrie's been out, but Spencer's been playing out of his mind. Yes, there is glaring holes, but it's not up to Kyrie to open his fucking mouth and say that. Let the fucking GM do his job. You go to the GM and you're like, yo, my man, I feel like we need to upgrade these positions if you want us to be a championship caliber team. You don't fucking do that shit publicly. That's just shitty. And then, like, a couple of days later, he tries to save face by saying some shit like, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on in the locker room. Dude, obviously you don't fucking know either. You've been gone 20 fucking games. So what the fuck are you talking about? You don't know what's going on in the locker room. Motherfucker, you've been gone 20 games. And then you come back and you shit talk your teammates. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Kyrie, drop your bullshit ass ego. I know you're a great player, but you need to stop that bullshit. And, you need to build chemistry with your team and go from there and see how you're looking by playoff time. Instead of talking this shit right now, you haven't even had time to gel with the team. Enough on bitch ass Kyrie. Bitch ass Kyrie. He's not a bitch, but I just said bitch ass Kyrie. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. All right, so here we go. Let's talk about the Lakers. The Lakers have been looking great. I'm not going to lie. I like how they play. They play with a lot of urgency. Like, you can tell teams are going at them. And they're responding. Obviously, the record's fucking good. The only issue I've been noticing, they're going to need that third option. Kyle Kuzma is not that third option. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Kyle Kuzma is way too fucking inconsistent to be the third option for that team. He'll have that one game where he'll drop like 36 points, but who fucking cares? Because the next 4 or 5 games, he's averaging like 6 or 7 points. In the playoffs, he cannot do that. Like, that team will, like, they need to find another scorer. Like, they do have, like, those players like Green that pick it up every now and then, but I don't know what the Lakers are going to do in the playoffs, though, when it comes to finding more scoring, because teams are going to take away those things. You already know in the playoffs, everything slows down, and teams literally scheme you to take away the best shit you have. So we're going to see, like, Kyle Kuzma either going to start showing that he can be that third option right now, or his ass is going to get traded by the deadline. There is no way the Lakers have a chance. Like, they can't take a chance on Kyle Kuzma. The Lakers are in win now mode, because if they don't win a championship this year, I do not know if they have what it takes to win one next year. Because you already know the Clippers are going to be better, and the Golden State Warriors will most likely be back. Like, everybody's like shit talking the Warriors right now because they have like the worst record in the league. But mind you guys, they're missing Clay, they're missing Curry, and they're probably about to max out D'Lo. They're gonna get a top 5 pick because they're so fucking garbage. So they're gonna get a top 5 pick. I'm pretty sure they will trade that pick. They might even get the number 1 pick overall. And you never know. I'm pretty sure if they get that number 1 pick, they are trading that pick for talent. So the Lakers need to try to get it done this year, because next year the West is going to be even harder. And also, the Nuggets, I know a lot of Laker fans are like, nah, the Nuggets, blah, blah, blah. We are not afraid of the Nuggets. You need to be afraid of the Nuggets. The simple fact that Jokic is starting to ball out right now is kind of like concerning. Jokic is starting to play better. I know Jamal Murray went down, but the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr. is literally, I've been said that kid is either going to be good, like he has a really good shot of being good, because his comparisons, his game was compared to like KD. He said he had a lot of explosiveness, that he was just like KD. He's like a little mini KD. And he's kind of been showing it once he's been getting the minutes. He's been playing 20 minutes. Every time he plays 20 minutes, he's averaging 15 points per 20 minutes. So that's pretty fucking good coming off the bench. So the Lakers need to worry about the Nuggets. Also, obviously, the Clippers are 2-0 against the Lakers, so the Lakers need to be worried about them. And now, on that note, let's talk about the Clippers. To me, it seems like the Clippers don't give a fuck about the city. That's what it's looking like. They literally load manage like every damn game. Don't give a damn. They just like, we're playing the Bucks tonight. Load manage either fucking PG or fucking Kawhi. Or like that one game they lost that they were like, okay, load manage Beverly, Paul George. Like it seems like they don't give a damn. They just like want to be healthy for that playoff push. Kind of like Doc would do with the Celtics. That he would sit like KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, like right before like the playoffs were rolling around. He would start sitting them every other night. So it's looking like he's trying to do the same thing with the Clippers, but he's doing it like way earlier. Obviously, we know Kawhi needs it because I guess he has a bad knee, and also Kawhi has been playing out of his fucking mind. So, and every time Kawhi has played the Lakers, Kawhi has killed him. I think he's averaging 35 points a game from both of the games he's played against him. I think he's averaging like 35 points. So, yeah, and then another thing. Let's talk about that shit that Kyle Kuzma said. Well, his trainer said. And then Kyle Kuzma said a spade is spade, that LeBron doesn't want the smoke. LeBron gonna have to want the smoke in the fucking playoffs in order for the Lakers to win that series. LeBron is going to have to guard Kawhi. There is literally nobody on the Lakers that stands a fucking chance of guarding Kawhi. The only one is probably AD. But you're not gonna want AD chasing Kawhi all over the fucking court. AD will be fucking dying by the fourth quarter rolls around. So we'll see. Also, I have a feeling that's another reason I have a feeling Kyle Kuzma might get traded for those comments, because you already know you don't fuck with LeBron. You can't say some stupid shit and get away with it. Lee GM gonna get that fool out of there. But yeah, back on the Clippers. That team looks solid as shit though. The defense is kind of shaky right now, but I think come playoff time, that team's going to be like a well-oiled machine. So, the Lakers need to be concerned about the Clips, because they're here, and the Nuggets. Let's talk about the Nuggets a bit now. I like what I've been seeing so far. The only question mark to me, the Nuggets, is Jamal Murray. Like, the man just got maxed the fuck out. There is games that he is absolutely fucking terrible. He really needs to show that he was worth that contract. Up until lately, he has not been able to show that he is worth that contract. Like, yes, he's averaging his 18 points a game, but when you think of that contract that he got, it's shit. Like, they're expecting him to make a leap, score at least 6-7 more points. He has not been able to do that. He's literally averaging the same stats as he was last year. And then you have guys like Jaylen Brown that are getting paid less, that are averaging what he averages, and he's literally the second option. As to where Jaylen Brown, he doesn't. You really don't know what option he is. He can be the first option one night. He can be the fifth option one night. So it's like, Jamal, you are clearly the number 2 on that fucking team. You need to play like the fucking number 2 and play up to your fucking contract if you want your team to have a chance of getting out of the West. And like I just said earlier, like, Michael Porter Jr. is looking fucking solid. But the thing with Michael Porter Jr., he's not going to be able to play a lot of minutes for the simple fact he's coming back from not playing basketball for a whole year because he was rehabbing his back. So that's an issue right there. So Jamal definitely needs to step up if they want a chance. And then I know that was one of the top defenses last year, or it was the top defense in the league. If that defense starts shooting on all cylinders again, that team's going to be scary come playoff time. And now let's talk about the Mavericks. Because the Mavericks, I think the Mavericks are legit. I don't think they'll be like a contender, but they're like, I think they're a piece away. They need one more piece, and they need Porzingis to come back, because I know they started taking a couple of L's because Porzingis has been injured. But Luka Doncic is the real deal. I've been saying that. You guys already know. I've been saying Luka's the real deal. Kid's great. He has no fear. But the only problem with Luka, his defense is awful, and everybody knows that. They're all starting to go at Luka. In order for Luka to be like Luka is a top 5 player in the NBA offensively, straight up offensively. He's like nearly unguardable. But his issue is, if he wants to be great, he needs to work on that defense. If he does not improve that defense, he's going to be exactly like Carmelo Anthony. No disrespect to Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is a great player, but his defense is just fucking atrocious. And it's like, cool, you're scoring 30 points, but you're going to give up 30 points at the other end. You already know you can't be doing that shit in the NBA, especially now. The NBA values those two-way players, those players that can line it up on offense and then log somebody up. Luka Doncic needs to do that in order for him to be top 3 player in the NBA. Like I said, top 5 offensively. Defense is terrible. He needs to work on that. But back to the Mavs. I feel like the Mavs are a good team. Like, they play well. They move the ball well. At one point, they were the best 3-point shooting team in the league. They were also attempting the most threes, but they were making the most threes. Obviously, you're gonna attempt more. You're gonna make more. But I feel like if Porzingis comes back healthy, that team will be okay. I think they'll easily be a 4th seed in the West. That's not easy to get either. Like, for me, I feel like the best 4 teams in the West, it's Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, and the Mavs. Those are like the 4 best teams to me in the West. Well, let's not forget about the Jazz also. I don't want to disrespect the Jazz. My boy Tyler loves the goddamn Jazz, but I don't know if the Jazz are legit yet, because they're like weird. Like, they had that stretch that they were taking L's and just looking like shit, and then they became the hottest team in the NBA after the Jordan Clarkson trade. So I gotta give that a little bit more time to marinate before I'm like, Jazz top 4 team, So right now I have the Mavs in front of them, for the simple fact, even though the Mavs are like a 6 seed right now, I think the Mavs, just that Porzingis injury kind of screwed them. That's why they started losing. Because, let's be honest, Porzingis is their second best player. So, of course they're going to need to get him back. So, I think Porzingis would just give that team a big lift. Obviously, he's good offensively. He's averaging like 18 points. And obviously that's your center. You need him for the defense. So, I guess we'll see. But I think the Mavs will be fine. And now let's talk a bit about the Jazz. I thought that Jeff Green, they cut Jeff Green. And I thought that Jordan Clarkson trade wasn't going to work out. I was like, well, who knows if he's going to fit the system. My God, that trade so far has been the best trade in the league so far. Obviously, it's been the best trade in the league so far because they were like 15. Since they got him, they're like 15-2. So obviously, that trade is working out big time. I did believe that team needed more scoring because I know Mike Conley was struggling. Now you have a guy that you can just be like, all right, Mike, you're playing like ass. Get out the game. Let's put in Jordan. Let's see what he does. You have a player that can lift them up. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell is a good player. Rudy Gobert. Bogdanovich is always going to do his thing. That man always good, Yeah, he may have that bad game, but that man's very, very consistent. So he's going to get his buckets. So far, I like that Jordan Clarkson trade. At first, I did not like it. I'm going to be honest. I was like, damn, you traded Jeff Green. Like, Jeff Green's pretty good, like, in the playoffs, but Jordan Clarkson has been showing that they needed that scoring off the bench because obviously they've won. They're like 15-2 since he joined the team. So best trade in the league so far for them. That's been the best trade since this year. And also remember, we have the playoff. I mean, not the playoffs. The trade deadline. February 6th is the trade deadline. The trade deadline was usually the second week of February, but now since the season starts earlier, it got pushed forward a week. So it's February 6th. Just, I'm pretty sure all of you are going to be staying by your phones that day, like if you're a basketball fan, because you already know we're all going to be waiting for the Woj bombs. So yeah, that Jazz trade is good. Let's talk a little bit about the East. Obviously the Bucks, best team in the NBA. That team right now is just a well-oiled machine. One thing I noticed about that team, like if you play against the Bucks, like if you go down big, the game's literally over. Like it is so hard to come back against that team, especially when they're playing well. The perfect example was against the Celtics. The Celtics got down by 27 points in that first half, and then they came back. They made it a game, but it was already too late. Like 27 points was way too big of a deficit, and that's what the Bucks do against teams. Like the Bucks will come, and also that's another thing I noticed. The Bucks sometimes will come out shooting lights out. Like the game just starts, and it's like, oh, dude, check this out, bro. We're 9 for 11 from 3. And that's literally like shit. Like if you're a team, what do you do against that? You're going to be playing good D, and if they're hitting their shots, it must be so disheartening for a player to be like, shit, man, I just D this guy up, and they're still hitting shots. Like, what do you do? It's like, that also has to mess with their mentality. Like, damn, I'm over here guarding them, the shot clock's like 5 seconds. He hit a big 3, like, they're up 18 now, and then you look down, and then you look up, you're down 24, and it's like, holy shit, what do you do? And another thing, I'm gonna be honest, let's just stop the whole MVP shit. Just give the award to Giannis already. Let's stop wasting time here. Giannis is the clear-cut MVP right now, and unless he gets injured, just hand the man the damn trophy already. Let's stop wasting time. We don't have to wait until the off season. Let's just hand the man the trophy already. Unless the fucking Bucks implode, which I highly doubt they're going to, let's just hand Giannis the trophy already. The man deserves it. Give that man his motherfucking MVP trophy already. Also, the Bucks play solid ass defense. That's why they're one of the best teams in the league. Solid ass defense, splashing their threes. Giannis is playing out of his mind. He's averaging like 30 points in 3 quarters. So 30 points, 15 rebounds. And he's also resting because most of their wins are blowouts. So it's like, all right, well, I already got my 30 points. We're up 25 in the fourth. Giannis, rest the whole fourth quarter. So how the Bucks are resting Giannis is good. Obviously, they're blowing teams out. He's gonna be fresh for the playoffs. There's no way they're gonna continue to blow teams out. So the Bucks are just playing winning basketball, hitting their shots, defending very well. Now let's talk about the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics are currently the 3rd seed in the East. I think the Celtics and the Bucks, I think those are the 2 best teams in the East. Yes, I know the Heat are the 2nd seed right now, but I don't think I feel this way about the Heat. No disrespect to you Heat fans or the Heat. I think the Heat are a good regular season team, but when it comes to the playoffs, they're going to get exposed. As to where I know the Celtics will not get exposed because the Celtics will be playing that top 5 defense in the playoffs, and we already know what Jason, Jalen, and you already know what you're going to get from Jason and Jalen. You already know what you're going to get from Kemba. The big problem for the Celtics is that X factor. Their X factor is Gordon Hayward. They really, really, really need Gordon to start playing well. When Gordon plays well, it just elevates this team to another level. Because it's like what Jaylen Brown said. When he's playing well, he's hitting because he can kill you from anywhere. He'll hit shots. And if he's hitting his shot, you're gonna have to defend him. He's a great playmaker, And it's like, what do? He's good off the pick and roll. He's good off the pick and pop. He can just do so many things for them. He literally opens the court for all of them. He makes their whole team's job easier when he's playing well and hitting shots. So the Celtics definitely need Gordon Hayward to step it up. And I know that a lot of you Celtics fans are like, oh, we need a trade. We need a center. We need to go get Andre Drummond. The Celtics do not need to go get Andre Drummond. Ain't nobody going to take that Gordon Hayward contract. Nobody wants that contract because Gordon is super inconsistent right now. Maybe if he was a little bit more consistent, somebody would take a chance on that contract. But nobody wants that contract right now. So you C's fans, you literally need to cut that bullshit out. Because Gordon Hayward is here to stay. What I recommend you do is you just support the guy. There's nothing else you can do. He's going to be here after February 6th. Whether you like it or not, he's going to be here. And you never know. What if he hooks us up at the end of the offseason and opts out of his contract and signs with us for less, allowing us to sign a legit big man? Also, keep that in mind. You never know. That is Brad Stevens' boy. Maybe Brad can talk him out of taking that $30 million and be like, yo, like, maybe if you take less for this, we can work something out. You take less. We sign a good center, and then you have a sick-ass starting five of Kemba, Jalen, JT, Gordon, and then a legit center. Say you take $10 million less. You never know. That shit could happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. You never know. So we'll see. Another thing, there's Kemba also. I kind of see Kemba struggling to be consistent. There's days that he'll go off. He'll have like a 40-point game. But the thing that I like about Kemba is that Kemba will take responsibility for playing like shit. He's not going to be like, I play bad. Like, he's not going to be like, when he gets asked the question, he's not going to be like, I'm going to keep shooting. No, Kemba's smart enough to know that if he's not playing well, that he needs to move the ball. He needs to get the ball to the players that are playing well. That's something I like about Kemba on the C's. He's not selfish like Kyrie. I'm just going to say Kyrie will just keep chucking and chucking and chucking until something goes in. And also the ball would always stick with Kyrie. If you watch the C's play, you would have saw it's a big difference watching Kemba and Kyrie on this team. Kemba literally knows. He's like, yo, my guys got it going. I'm going to take a back seat. I'm gonna facilitate. My boys are killing it. JT, JB are killing it. Dice is doing his thing. Let me step back. Let me set them up. So that's the one thing that's good about Kemba and the C's. They understand that. But I think the C's will be fine come playoff time. I still believe the Eastern Conference Final is going to be the C's and Bucks. Hopefully I'm right, but we'll see. Now let's talk a bit about the Heat. I'll be honest, I did not expect the Heat to be playing this well, especially this far into the season. I thought they were gonna drop off. So big ups to the Heat. Like I know I said I think they're a good regular. I'm gonna be honest. I think they're a good regular season team, and the playoffs are gonna struggle when everything slows down and when they clamp up those rookies. Like we don't know if Nunn and Hero are gonna do their shit. Also, that dude Abayambo, oh my god, that man has been playing out of his fucking mind. Like that guy, good for him. He's fucking killing it. So that's another big reason they're successful. Like their two rookies are producing, and that Abayambo guy is producing. He's killing it, and also with Jimmy's doing his thing. He obviously has that team as a second seed. They all bought into whatever Jimmy was selling, so good for them. Also, they're well coached. They also play good defense. They can spread the floor. So I feel like the Heat will be fine. They'll get it. They'll be a top 3 seed. But playoff time, I think they're gonna get exposed. But we'll see. A lot of shit could happen from now until playoff time. Now let's talk a bit about the Sixers. To me, the Sixers are like the Celtics of last year. Like the Sixers made these good signings. Like the Al Horford signing is a good signing, But he's clearly unhappy. You can tell. It's just he doesn't really fit in that offense. With Embiid in the paint, like, everybody knows Al Horford could play. You know, he can stretch the floor. But Ben Simmons, I think Ben Simmons is an issue for that team. The only reason I say that is because come playoff time, you already know how it's going to go down. Like, if you know ball, everybody's going to be sagging off of Ben. They're going to be like, yo, Ben, you need to shoot that. You know, we're going to take away the lane from you. You need to make your jumpers. And it's like, once they do that to him, and then they start taking away, you know, Embiid, they start doubling Embiid, and they put it on Simmons' hands, like, it's like, good luck. And then another thing, Tobias Harris has definitely not been playing up to his contract. Like, I know a lot of people were shitting on Jaylen Brown at the beginning of the season because he had like 2 bad games, and then since there he started averaging 20. They're paying Tobias Harris $7 more million than Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is outperforming his contract right now. Literally, that contract, Jaylen Brown's contract, is a discount compared to Tobias Harris's contract. Tobias Harris's contract, along with Gordon Hayward's contract, is literally one of the worst fucking contracts in the league. How my man is getting paid $35 million to produce 15 fucking points, and it's like, bruh, they brought you in here to be, you know, to give us more than 15 points. It's like, it's kind of hard, you know. And then back to the whole Al Horford being unhappy. By the way, like I said, I told you I'd be all over the place. I don't have no notes in front of me, nothing. Al Horford's not happy. He doesn't. They're saying he doesn't really fit in that offense because he can't do anything in the paint. Joel Embiid is hogging up the paint, so everything he has to do everything from outside the paint, which Al can do, but it's obviously harder. Obviously, you want to get your big man touches in the paint, but you can't have him and Embiid in the paint. It's that whole either or. Either you have Embiid in there or you have Al Horford in there. So it's kind of rough right now. And also Embiid just got hurt, so they're starting to take L's. Like, everybody thinks the Sixers are gonna come out the East. Well, not everybody, just Sixers fans. Not everybody that knows ball is like, no, the fucking Sixers are fucked. Also, the Sixers have absolutely no depth. That's like a big issue. Like, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to spread the floor in the playoffs. Like, their 3-point shooting is really, really questionable. Like, they hope that guys knock down their threes. If they're not hitting the 3 ball, that team gets so much easier to beat. Like, they're very, very beatable when they cannot hit the 3 ball. And also, when I've noticed that when Ben Simmons when teams have a player that can guard Ben Simmons, the game's like, it makes it even easier to beat them. Like, when they're not hitting their threes and they have a player to guard Ben Simmons and they're making Ben Simmons useless, it's literally GG's. That game is done. No matter what Embiid does, that team is gonna lose. No matter what. Yo, I said I wasn't gonna edit the pod, but I was playing it back, and I was like, dude, I did not talk about that boy Jay Morant. Jay motherfucking Morant is going to win the Rookie of the Year. I did not have that dude winning the Rookie of the Year. I had not seen Ja play at all, to be honest. And then he was also injured, so you did not know if he was going to even start the season. But that kid is going to be fucking nice. The Grizzlies really, really lucked out picking up Morant. The kid's great. Obviously, he worked a lot in the game in the off season. You know, he had a lot of haters saying that he couldn't shoot well, and he's obviously proving all the haters wrong because that boy is literally lighting it up. He's literally has the Grizzlies right now in the 8th seed in the West. So to me, I know I picked Zion at the beginning of the year to win MVP because everybody thought Zion would be back sooner. But the clear-cut Rookie of the Year right now is John Morant. John Morant, if he does not get injured, he is going to win the Rookie of the Year. The Rookie of the Year, I feel, is John Morant's to lose. Morant is clearly the best player out of the rookie class. He's proven it time again. Also, another thing that I think is special about this kid, the kid shows no fear. He has played good against all all the good teams as well. He's not only playing good against bad teams. Like, he showed out against the Lakers when he played against the Lakers, and when the Lakers had the best defense in the league, he did his damn thing. They were the reason they only lost by like 1 point. So John Morant is clear cut the Rookie of the Year MVP. Yikes, dude! But yeah, Ja is going to be the Rookie of the Year. And also, I am very, very happy that Zion is finally going to get to play, because I am so sick and fucking tired of seeing the fucking Pelicans on national television. Oh my god. Zion had all the hype around him, got injured, got the Pelicans on fucking national TV, and then we got stuck watching them. I'm sorry, I don't want to watch the fucking Pelicans. The Pelicans fucking suck. With the exception of Brandon Ingram balling out this year. So big ups to Brandon Ingram. He's doing his thing this year. So that's cool. I'm glad Brandon Ingram's balling. But I do not want to see the Pelicans on national TV. It's just something I don't want to see. There's better games that we can be watching. So I'm glad that Zion's going to come back. So we're going to see if the hype is finally real, even though it's not fair to expect a lot from Zion, because Zion clearly hasn't played the whole year. But I think it's cool that we're finally going to get to see what this kid is made of. So that's good. So yeah, John Morant, Rookie of the Year. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be wrong. I think Anthony Davis is probably going to win the Defensive Player of the Year if he can stay healthy. I know he's injured right now, but I think my buddy Sal, the lifelong Laker fan, is probably going to end up being right about his pick for the Defensive Player of the Year. So yeah, I was literally not going to talk. I was literally had some other shit, and then I was listening to back the whole pod, and I was like, dude, I did not talk about John Morant. I am a fucking clown, dude. I need to pop this bitch back in there and talk about that boy Ja, because that kid is nice as shit. So yeah, I'm talking about Ja. Kid's good. And then obviously Zion. I'm glad he's back. So big ups to all you Pelicans fans. I'm sorry for shitting on the Pelicans, but I just had to say that. I know a lot of people are thinking what I'm thinking, that why the hell are we watching the Pelicans when they don't have Zion? You know, the Zion hype is real. He is clearly real because he got that team on national television. That's pretty much it going to be about the pod today. I was going to talk about football, but to be honest, I'm not. Actually, never mind. I am a clown. I need to talk about the Cowboys getting McCarthy. I do not agree with that signing. At first, it was looking cool, but then I started thinking about it, and he started saying some stuff, and I'm just like, bro, what? Are you serious? This man said he wants to tailor the Dallas Cowboy defense after Dak Prescott? Dude, why? We got a top 3 running back in the league. Why the hell don't we just run the ball and throw when we have to? And also, that's another thing. We don't know if we're going to be able to get Amari Cooper back. I know he's saying that he wants to stay, but who knows? Nothing. You know, we are going to need a good receiver. Obviously, we know Dak needs a good receiver. Also, I just hope that McCarthy, it pans out. Like I said, I don't like some of the shit he's saying. I didn't like that whole I'm going to tailor my defense around Dak Prescott. I know Dak Prescott is probably going to get franchise tagged. I don't think he will get extended. He's going to have to show that he can be the man. Jerry obviously does not trust him. It's clear that he doesn't trust him, because if he trusted him, he already would have paid him out. So, we got to see. I don't like that signing. so far, just because a lot of the stuff McCarthy's saying is kind of like, I don't know. But the Giants just signed Jason Garrett. So fuck yeah. The Giants will probably still fucking suck. So that's fucking awesome. Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to talk about in the NFL. I am going to end the pod here. Alright, so I'm ending the pod here. I just want to say thank you guys for ever stuck around, listen to the whole pod. Thank you. Have a good morning / afternoon. I hope you guys do some cool shit. I hope you guys have fun on whatever you do today. I hope you could take your girl somewhere nice, or you go grab some nice, refreshing beers with your boys, and you have a great night. Another thing, I am thinking about rebranding the pod. Well, not rebranding it. I just want to get new overlays for Podbean and everything else. If anybody wants to help with that, here's the. It's like $100. Anybody wants to help with the cost, because you're a fan of the pod or you just feeling generous. The PayPal is RUI2586@gmail.com. By no means does anybody have to help me do this. I'm just saying, if you want to, you do not have to help me. But any help will be appreciated. So yeah, don't forget to follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean. Your boy will be back with another pod soon. Yes, I said soon, because I am going to get back on this podding shit. And next time, I will have notes. I will have a structure like I always usually do. Like I said, this was just kind of stuff I wanted to get out. All this stuff is literally raw, straight from the dome. It's not edited, except for that part that I was like, yo, I fucked up. I didn't talk about John Morant. And we need to talk about that boy, because that boy balling. Yep. So, alright, guys. Take care. I'll catch you all later. Have a safe weekend. Peace.